Welcome folks to this week's Mission Impossible Recursion video. This week we're going to do things a little bit different. We have just the top 3 winners from last week's challenge, and we are also going to do a swag giveaway. Next week we will have our top 10, our overall standings, as well as our challenge for the following week. So we'll do a little bit of a recap next week with our current standings. But this week, let's get down to business here. Hi folks, Agent Red Fox 1701 here with your Mission Impossible Recursion top 3 for week 5. This week we have our challenge called Behind Bars, and we gave you a task to try and put our frogs into prison here. So your task was to choose 1 square kilometer in your area and make as much of it look like a jail cell as possible. So inside that play box, you're going to throw as many links as you can within an hour, no fields allowed. So we gave some points for the number of portals linked across the average number of agents, and we gave points for maintaining those portals, inoculating, doing what you can to defend your playbox, and also we gave points for describing your plans, because again, it's anomaly training. We want teams and agents to learn from each other, learn from themselves, try and figure out what's the best way to accomplish these tasks. So without further ado, we have our 3rd place team for week 5 Behind Bars is Team Corpse Flowers from Rockford, Illinois. So Team Corpse Flowers, they scored 45 points. Now they noticed a surge of enlightened activity in their town. They looked at intel, looked at what was going on, and they discovered that there actually was an enlightened field plan in progress. So they quickly got into action and used this challenge as an opportunity not only to accomplish the challenge, but to block the enlightened field. So they were able to successfully jail their frogs in the downtown area. They created lots of blocking links, and they ended up partying afterwards. So congratulations to Team Corpse Flowers there. You're the 3rd place team for week 5. Our 2nd place team is Minnesota Blue Knighted with a score of 46 points. So the Minnesota Blue Knighted, they named their project Cookie Bars. I mean Almond Bars, which is a popular food from Minnesota. So this week, many of their usual players were pretty busy, tired, otherwise not having a good week. It wasn't a good week for them for the challenge. But despite not having much experience with anomalies or with these challenges, 2 of their local players decided to take the call, make a plan, and make this work. So they chose 2 Lutheran church portals because of their Protestant cuisine. Minnesota is known for their Protestant communities and their potlucks and all that kind of stuff, and I think that's where the almond bars comes in. So they decided to take up this opportunity to do that. And they tried to find an area that wouldn't require many Jarvis or destroying of one of their farms. So they wanted to find an area that was as clear as possible, so they're able to accomplish the mission. And they the thing that impressed me the most was they had these 2 new players leading the operation, and especially 1 month. I think 1 month. Yeah, 1 month before their anomaly, which is in Minneapolis. So good job preparing your newer players. They took up the challenge well, as you can see. And congratulations to them on winning 2nd place. On our 1st place team for this week is Team IRV from Valencia, Spain. with 51 points. So, Team IRV, they had a little bit of difficulty figuring out this challenge. They had a lot of arguing, guessing, and clarifying the ideas. And finally, they reached the conclusion, we have to do bars and links. So much links. So they decided to section their area off into different zones. They had different players assigned to those areas, collecting keys. They met for dinner, debated plans. You can see some of their paperwork that they had. One thing I've noticed throughout these challenges is a lot of people use paper. And sometimes, you know, low tech is the best method to figuring some of this stuff out as you're going through. So they were able to accomplish the task very successfully. They were running out of low-level resonators. They had tons of portals in their area. They were running out of keys, but one thing that was successful for them was they used Zello to communicate to some of the other players, help exchange keys, exchange gear. So good for them for using their communication tools and being able to accomplish this task within the hour. They also had a gold medal that was achieved. Player leveled up, and they involved a new player. So remember, the biggest weapon in Ingress is recruiting, getting those new players. So congratulations to them, and they are our first place team for this week. So next week we will have the scoreboard, our top 10 for week 5. We have our current standings across all 5 weeks. But this week we actually have a swag giveaway. Let me show a picture of the swag here. So here's our swag we're giving away, and we're giving away swag to certain teams from certain challenges. So I'm going to announce the teams, and if you're on one of these teams, you're going to want to talk to our Mission Impossible bot, send us an address so we can send you some swag. So all the members of these teams are able to get the swag for the accomplishments. So for Mission 2, we had the number of verified links in the link star: Resistance of Colorado, Colombo SL, and East TN. So if you're on one of those 3 teams, message us, your team lead, message us an address, and we will send the swag to you. For Mission 3, total number of fields divided by ground agents. So if you're on Team SJR, Candy SL, or IRV, if you're on either of those teams, have one person send us an address, we'll send you the swag. And for Mission 4, we had our glyph off. So if you're, again, Resistance of Colorado, BB Cats, and Team Shenanigans, have someone chat with us, team lead, we'll get you the swag right away. Don't forget, for next week, send in your videos. We want to meet your teams. Give us a little 1-minute introduction to your team. Maybe next mission, give us a little intro, have everyone say hi. We'd love to meet some of these teams and get to know them. And we will, again, see you next week for our recap. And that was our top 3 teams for this week. Again, we're Corpse Flowers, Minnesota Blue Knighted, and Team IRV. So thank you for everyone for participating so far. There's still a lot to come. There's a lot more challenges ahead. A lot more teams are getting involved. So we hope to see you next week with our recap and then a week 6 mission. See you all again next week.